He who learns must suffer. And even in our sleep pain that cannot forget falls drop by drop upon the heart, and in our own despair, against our will, comes wisdom to us by the awful grace of God. From a small seed a mighty trunk may grow. There is no pain so great as the memory of joy in present grief. It is in the character of very few men to honor without envy a friend who has prospered. Happiness is a choice that requires effort at times. Memory is the mother of all wisdom. Obedience is the mother of success and is wedded to safety. It is not the oath that makes us believe the man, but the man the oath. Wisdom comes alone through suffering. God always strives together with those who strive. I have learned to hate all traitors, and there is no disease that I spit on more than treachery. It is best for the wise man not to seem wise. Everyone's quick to blame the alien. By polluting clear water with slime you will never find good drinking water. For know that no one is free, except Zeus. God's most lordly gift to man is decency of mind. There are times when fear is good. It must keep its watchful place at the heart's controls. God lends a helping hand to the man who tries hard. Death is easier than a wretched life, and better never to have born than to live and fare badly. The anvil of justice is planted firm, and fate who makes the sword does the forging in advance. For the poison of hatred seated near the heart doubles the burden for the one who suffers the disease. He is burdened with his own sorrow, and groans on seeing another's happiness. It is a profitable thing, if one is wise, to seem foolish. It is an easy thing for one whose foot is on the outside of calamity to give advice and to rebuke the sufferer. Destiny waits alike for the free man as well as for him enslaved by another's might. Be bold and boast, just like the cock beside the hen. I, schooled in misery, know many purifying rites, and I know where speech is proper and where silence. Neither a life of anarchy nor one beneath a despot should you praise. To all that lies in the middle a God has given excellence. Alas for the affairs of men. When they are fortunate you might compare them to a shadow, and if they are unfortunate, a wet sponge with one dash wipes the picture away. For this is the mark of a wise and upright man, not to rail against the gods in misfortune. Married love between man and woman is bigger than oaths guarded by right of nature. In the lack of judgment great harm arises, but one vote cast can set right a house. What is there more kindly than the feeling between host and guest? The one knowing what is profitable, and not the man knowing many things, is wise. A god implants in mortal guilt whenever he wants utterly to confound a house. My friends, whoever has had experience of evils knows how whenever a flood of ills comes upon mortals, a man fears everything, but whenever a divine force cheers on our voyage, then we believe that the same fate will always blow fair. Ah, lives of men! When prosperous they glitter, like a fair picture. When misfortune comes, a wet sponge at one blow has blurred the painting. There is no disgrace in an enemy suffering ill at an enemy's hand, when you hate mutually. And one who is just of his own free will shall not lack for happiness, and he will never come to utter ruin. If a man suffers ill, let it be without shame, for this is the only profit when we are dead. You will never say a good word about deeds that are evil and disgraceful. For there is no defense for a man who, in the excess of his wealth, has kicked the great altar of justice out of sight.